Okay, so hopefully we'll be able to get the auxiliary power on in this video. I can't make any promises, I'm sort of rubbish at this part of the game, but it's worth a shot at. Also, a bird here, why would that be? I don't remember any birds hatching in the last part. Wait, a eggshell in my not Troceptor? What is even getting on here, folks? What is even getting on here? I always thought this room was really cool just because it had, like, things you could blow up. I thought they were cool. I don't know why. Excuse me for having taste. Alright, save rooms are out. You have to do this without... I always get mixed up in the order here, because you have to turn on the auxiliary power, then get the next thing, and I always get the... I try to get the next thing then, but... Anyway, no way I'm getting through there. Going through a wall like that, that's crazy. How would you even do that? That's just insane. What's the point of those ladders, like, interspersed like that? How could anyone but a Metroid even high jump that hard? Anyway, there are some space pirates. Actually, I always thought that the reason those bugs are there would just show that Tro was somehow involved, but I think it's actually, the point is that the X-Parasites are no longer, they're like running amok around the ship, even outside of the places that the things they possessed were. They know how to move around with them. And you think this... I'm still confused on the status of space pirates because they act sort of animalistic or something. But they're pretty clearly an intelligent species. I don't know. I mean, they have guns built in their hands that are apparently organic, unless for some reason in the research station they let them keep their lobster guns, which doesn't seem like a good research strategy for me. I don't know. I am not a space researcher. Anyway, I could dodge those if I wanted, but is it really worth the effort? Anyway, there's just a bunch of faulty floor tiles here. There's a missile tank in here somewhere just sort of chilling. Oh my god, everything I ever say is just chilling now. It's all because of a thing. Anyway, let's see, can I take out this with a power bomb, even though it's not even close enough and I'm positive I can't, and a single super missile would work anyway. Man, these guys have been really nice to me, not even trying to hit me. And I missed the missile, but does anyone care? I sure don't. Oh wait, you don't save yet. What am I smoking? This boss always bugged me, if you get my joke. Haha, get it? It's a bug! Anyway, you want to be in a bloody morph ball for this fight because it will pick you up and do a solid 2 energy tanks of damage to you. This is probably the boss. I remember fighting this for a really long time, but maybe I'm just remembering the spider boss in Mario Land 3 that also took me a very long time. This thing doesn't have much HP. It can only take like 10 missiles to the jaw, but it's annoying. And actually, that's its first form. Yeah, it's already blue. Don't know why it would turn blue when it's hurt, but I'll accept it at this point. I've seen some crazy things in this game. Crazy things indeed. Maybe I'll tell you about them someday. Let's see if I can pop him now. Yep, I popped him. And now, for some reason, he just does this, which really doesn't make very much sense to me, but you're pretty much fine if you stay in the corner and spam missiles because you'll blow up all the debris and his mouth occasionally, and it only takes like 10 hits here, too. This is not one of the stamina-less bosses, and I really don't think spiders can do this, to be honest. Already in the red. This is actually taking longer than most of them. Luckily, I have basically infinite missiles. This is what I mean about you really have more missiles than you'd ever need by this point. You don't need all 255 by any stretch of imagination unless you're a completionist. Or just want to beat the game 100%. Anyway, this is actually one of the few bosses with 3 forms, so consider yourself lucky. I don't know why you would even consider yourself lucky, but these things are still Mew. I wanted to say that wackily, but then I remembered I actually did say that at least one of the old parts. It's sort of weird to have the LP that went on hiatus, but the first parts of it weren't like just unimaginable rubbish. Because that's how my Kirby Air Ride Let's Play was. And I'm always embarrassed when one of the early parts gets done because it doesn't have a name. And this is a space jump, which I still think is, speaking of Kirby, hey. Yeah, it basically makes you Metroid Kirby. So, I always thought the timing for this was a little weird, but I have it now and I don't think I can ever possibly lose it. Oh, you could actually go back out that door, but this is where the auxiliary power station is. I'm a silly. And if you liked anything but going from boss to boss to boss, you're playing the wrong game or watching the wrong Let's Play, because that's all that's left in the game pretty much. Maybe that's a bit of exaggeration, but there's not... actually, yeah, there's a decent explory bit after 2 bosses from now, which are basically consecutive. Actually, yeah, there's one more time you get a formal order to go somewhere, but then after that it's basically Metroid mayhem, if you get my drift. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. So I was totally rubbish at this part the first time I did it. I don't know why, I just kept dying on this boss, and I remember having a really hard time with it as a kid too, maybe just not being retarded in my old age. I can beat it without taking too much damage now. I'm sort of proud of myself. You'll see what I mean soon. Like, really, well, not even really soon. Oh my gosh, so soon I couldn't even imagine. Actually, yeah, the part I kept dying on was the Samus X part. What am I even doing? I have the space jump. It takes me a while to remember I have it after playing without it for a while. Sort of makes the high jump upgrade useless, considering now you can jump higher than that could ever have imagined. Anyway, this room you could feasibly get through without power bombs, but it would be really boring. Anyway, I wonder if you can skip this. Oh, it's just pacing down there waiting for me. This is the only time you really confront the SAX until you actually kill it. This always really bugged me. It's hard, and that ice beam does a crap load of damage. It doesn't take you down to 1 health like it does before you have the super suit, but it comes close as it can feasibly. But luckily, I've gotten decent at this part. And I always like digging around in this room. I always think it's lots of fun because there's multiple secrets that it can't even get through. And then that happens when I dig around. See, this LP need more fan service. I hadn't died in a while. That's multi-level fan service, folks. It's both Metroid's clothes coming off and me being bad at video games, both of which people would like to see in a Metroid Fusion LP by me. But yeah, sorry about that. At least I didn't waste too much time. I mean, no, I just openly wasted time. There was no ifs, ands, and or buts in that equation, but it was a kawaii waste of time. I hope you grant me that. I hope you grant me that. Oh my gosh, I'm using the wrong bombs. Oh my gosh. Shut up, fancy Metroid. Whoa! So yeah, the easiest way to dodge her here is to just let the screw attack do that, because she can't jump quite right. This part would be awful in a Metroid Prime game, I just realized that, because it's hard enough playing in first-person shooter for a baby like me, but when you're being chased, it's weird. Anyway, you can actually hide up here too. I don't know why they bothered doing that, since she can't see you through that first wall anyway. Anyway, down here is I know it's somewhere. A missile door. I'm not actually, or missile pod. I'm not sure what actually prevents you from doing that. Maybe you could if you're speedrunning it or something. I'll have to check that out in my next playthrough. I'll probably want to do that on a playthrough where I get a lot of energy tanks, considering this is... I don't like screwing around with SAX, considering it does like infinite damage in one infinite shot. Die, bird. Whatever, oh my gosh. Annoying Butterfree. Is this just a super bomb door? No, it is not. I am just a time wasting. And bomb wasting for that matter, because I can just do a little something like that. So back to our old friend Tro. This is actually stuff I've been in before, but it seems so drastically different now. I hardly even recognize her. And then there's this part that you may have noticed if you were looking at the top of the screen and lying. I think there's an energy tank or a power bomb in here. I can't remember which. I don't think it's just a regular missile. Or maybe it's a door and I'm just being retarded. Oh yeah, it's power bomb. Cool. In all the Metroid games, there's always like 1 or 2 rooms with really hard puzzles to get the items, and then the rest are easy to very easy. I guess a lot of things are like that in a lot of games. Anyway, save room, inconspicuously being right here. Could we be coming up to a boss? Just maybe, just maybe. I don't even know what's up there, and I'm happy not knowing. I'm happy not knowing. I'm not sure what the point of this lower area is. I guess if you want to take damage more than normal. I have not actually explored it. I just am so used to going up here because I know that's where you're supposed to go. I haven't tried it. Maybe there's something cool down there. Maybe I'd learn something. But this is where the boss is. Oh hey, it didn't give me a thing immediately, you jerk. And I missed the Core X. Not Core X, Red X. Hopefully this will not come back to haunt me. And let me just check these. Okay, those can definitely hurt me. And for a long time I did not know how to get out of those. I was like mashing buttons, wriggling, laying bombs. But in fact, it's as simple as... oh, I just realized this is that gold statue from Metroid, Super Metroid. I knew it was a Chozo. It didn't occur to me until now that it was the specific one because I hadn't played Super Metroid until it came out on the Virtual Console. Oh my gosh, this is hard. I think the Ballin guys, which are really the hardest thing, stopped shooting now though, so I just have to not get hit by that.